Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 359 of the Ping Pong Flick Show. And there has been some interesting updates for the DCEU, DC films in general. And this all came from, actually, quite surprisingly, some of it from San Diego Comic-Con. No panels or anything. Just letting it be that clear. But some things had come up and worth mentioning and quite interesting in that, say the least. Matt Reeves posted a tweet today. And he doesn't tweet a lot. And when he does, it's just a little bit more about The Batman movie. He tweeted this out. Nothing like a little encouragement at M. Giacchino. Michael Giacchino, the composer. Heart Batman. What it is, it's a video of Michael Giacchino filming the audience in some panel, I don't know where, at San Diego Comic-Con, and he literally got all those fans there to chant, "Hey Matt, don't screw up the Batman." And that's why he says nothing like a little encouragement. Michael Giacchino also came in on the camera and says, "You hear that? Don't screw it up. Don't screw up the Batman." Which is also interesting in a way, wondering if this is kind of a confirmation in a way that Michael Giacchino is going to be scoring the Batman. Is he going to be the composer for the Batman? Now, Michael Giacchino is a fantastic composer. I mean, I wouldn't put him in as my top favorites in terms of Hans Zimmer, but seeing as Matt Reeves has worked on him before in the Planet of the Apes movies, it seems to make perfect sense that he would get Michael Giacchino to be the composer. If that's true, it's not confirmed yet, but it seems very likely in that sense. But I do love his soundtracks. I love his new takes on Star Trek Into Darkness. He also did many Pixar films as well, composed a lot of that, and so it'll be a little bit more whimsical in his composition, more than what we're used to with Hans Zimmer's score in terms of the Nolan trilogy. Of course, Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, but it would probably match more of that noir type detective type of soundtrack you would come to expect. Whimsical, lots of orchestra. I think that would actually work very well for this type of movie. If this is the type of movie that we're expecting, which I fully believe it would be. And it kind of puts it into perspective about the type of feel of the movie that we're going to have. And it's going to be, we still have the action pieces as well, but I think just having Michael Giacchino alongside with what Matt Reeves intended for the movie, it's going to be, I would say, a slower movie, but probably more thrilling in the sense it's not going to be like action packed, but very suspenseful. And I think that's the key that he wanted to do here. So Michael Giacchino, is he going to be the composer for the Batman? He's really throwing in, putting his hat in, as if you will, and I think that might be the case here, but who knows until actually we get some actual confirmation from either Matt Reeves, the studio, or whatever, as we get closer to production. But something came up today, and this is in kind of a really quick response to yesterday's video. Literally, I just did this video yesterday where I talked about cinematographer Robert Richardson was going to be the DP or cinematographer for the Batman, and that was reported on the media. Well, now on the Hollywood Reporter, it states cinematographer Robert Richardson denies he is shooting the Batman. The once upon a time in Hollywood DP admits he'd like to lens a Batman or Superman movie. Cinematographer Robert Richardson is denying news that he is set to shoot the Batman. Reports spread Wednesday on genre movie news sites that director Matt Reeves had tapped the 3-time Oscar winner for the job. I'm not shooting the Batman. I have never met with Matt Reeves, Richardson told The Hollywood Reporter during an interview Thursday for an upcoming behind-the-scenes podcast about his latest film, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I woke up this morning to a slew of text messages. Congratulations, I didn't know you were shooting Batman. I was highly perplexed, he said. The closest part of reality is that when Ben Affleck was going to direct, I was going to shoot, but I don't know how that got moved into this space. The veteran DP has won Oscars for JFK, The Aviator, and Hugo. Asked later in the conversation if there was a genre he'd still like to explore, Richardson responded with a laugh. I actually liked the idea that I was doing Batman. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, that when Affleck was attached to him with Richardson as a DP, I thought, finally, I get to do a Batman movie. I think that would be a lot of fun. Whether Batman or if I've always wanted to shoot Superman, he was one of my favorite characters growing up. Warner Brothers' The Batman starring Robert Pattinson is slated for a June 25th, 2021 release. So, couple big things here is that the blogs be lying to you, yo. Like Yahya Abdul Mateen would have said if he saw that and tweeted that out. But the other thing is that he was going to be the DP for Ben Affleck's The Batman. Oh my God, what a missed opportunity. Since they have actually worked together on Live by Night, it totally makes sense. That was the DP he used, literally the movie, after he shot Live by Night. And that would have made I think that would have been incredible stuff. Quite possibly that Matt Reeves may actually use Michael Saracen as a cinematographer for the Batman, as he's used him or worked with him before in his previous Planet of the Apes movies. Since it seems like Michael Giacchino may be the composer as well, he might just bring back the old team to actually be part of the Batman, which is fine. If that's the people he's comfortable with, and then that's the people he's going to use, and those people he worked well with, that's the people he's going to use. So be very interesting to see what more we could find out about the Batman, if at all, at San Diego Comic-Con, when a lot of these interviews are doing interviews for different movies. A lot of these people are attached to different projects, and it can come up, these little tidbits that would surface, and we can learn a little bit more about different projects coming here on and forth. But yeah, cinematographer Robert Richardson is not the cinematographer for the Batman. Sorry. So next up is something a little bit about The Flash. As you know, Warner Brothers is going to show, or have already shown, It Chapter 2. The trailer was released today, I believe, or was it yesterday? I forget, my times are all off now right now. But they got to get together with Andy Muschietti, and they got to talk about a little bit about The Flash, or not at all. So Eric Davis from Fandango said, earlier I asked Andy Muschietti about the Flash movie, and his answer was, "Oh, I can't really talk about that yet." He added, "I really want to take a few months off after It Chapter 2 and then regroup." So just taking that tweet literally at face value, when he says he's going to take a couple months off after It Chapter 2, and It Chapter 2 coming out in September, we can kind of just go into the timeline a little bit, that maybe probably by fall, late fall, probably in towards December, he's going to start working on The Flash, or we'll actually hear more news about The Flash until after It Chapter 2. Now, it's usually not the timeline. There's probably something in the line where they're talking about story and concept, but he really wants to try focus on It Chapter 2, take a few months off after It Chapter 2, and then regroup about that. So we'll probably won't see anything about The Flash until next year, which was actually kind of the proposed date of when they're going to start shooting anyway, right? So it seems like everything's in place so far until, things happen and directors change once again. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Andy is in it for real. He's gonna do the Flash, gonna start shooting next year, and we're gonna finally see Ezra Miller get his solo film that he always wanted. And hopefully it's something that he's happy to be working on with. Curious thing that happened today, and this is regards to the release the Snyder Cut campaign and Project Comic-Con. As you know, the bus wrap is out, the billboard is out, and we're supposed to have the banner flying over tomorrow. So a lot of people are talking about it, from different medias to different bloggers, haters and lovers, everything in general about the release of Snyder Cut. That is for sure, and that's always going to be. But one channel is interestingly put out this today. It's at Warner Channel, is an official Warner Brothers tweet channel, Warner Channel LA. And it's in Spanish, but translated it says this: hashtag Inside Warner, hashtag Supernatural says goodbye, Batwoman is presented, the fans ask for the Snyder Cut, and much more in San Diego Comic-Con. Which panels would you like to attend? Along with this short clip video showing Justice League, showing the Justice League Snyder Cut, the behind the scenes, Zack Snyder shooting and talking about how how fans want this urban myth of called Snyder Cut. And you're like wondering, wait a minute, this is an actual Warner Media channel, Warner Media official Twitter feed that is actually in a way acknowledging the Snyder Cut. Now, I know what you're saying. You're like, wait a minute, HBO Asia did that. Sure, yeah, HBO Asia did that. They threw out some memes and stuff like that. That's awesome. That's great. But this is an actual video. They're bundling Snyder Cut along with their other things they're trying to promote in terms of Supernatural's last season, Batwoman being presented. They're doing this alongside in that video. And you're left to wonder, what the heck is going on? Is this finally them acknowledging the Snyder Cut, acknowledging that something's happening? I mean, they even have the billboards in this video. It's amazing to see this on an official Warner Media, Warner Brothers TV, Warner Media Twitter feed. Now, it's not Warner Brothers. It's not Warner Brothers Pictures. It's not Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, but it is part of a conglomerate, and it makes you wonder if all these marketing people are actually talking to each other. Is this just one guy's like, that's the news, people are talking about it, it's a Warner Brothers property, I might as well throw it into that little inside Warner video? That could be a possibility. Possibly, maybe even a lot of the teams at Warner Brothers are also championing for it as well, or driving that curiosity. It could be, and I can't read Spanish, but a lot of people are saying it could be like a mocking thing, but it doesn't seem like it, and it really does seem like they are sort of acknowledging, at least this group of people at Warner Brothers or Warner Brothers TV is actually acknowledging it, and I think that's a great thing. I mean, that's just moving the needle even further. We need them to acknowledge it, to drive that interest, to drive those clicks, to drive more people wondering what the Snyder Cut is. It takes one account to do that, and that's Warner Brothers. And if one of their little sub accounts who are trying to market Comic-Con with the other Warner Brothers material and bumping in Snyder Cut into it, I see that as incredible win. That's something that I was totally shocked, and many of us were actually very shocked to see today. Whether this amounts to anything, we'll have to wait and see. But I am very intrigued by this. I'm wondering what other things they're going to tweet out, what other things they're going to acknowledge, if at all, during this weekend. And I don't want to get anybody excited or anything like that, but I think this is a step in the right direction in terms of getting them to actually say something about the Snyder Cut, whether it's good or bad, having them knowing knowing that it's there and saying it's there. There's fans asking for it, putting that hashtag Snyder Cut on their tweet, on their on their video. It's a full video. And it's kind of like marketing for the Snyder Cut fandom, and I think that's an incredible achievement. I really do, and I'm really happy for it. Hopefully we'll see more of that, and hopefully with that banner flying overhead, it will drive a lot more attention to the Snyder Cut, and to get more people interested, excited, wondering about what that is. And there's going to be a lot of hate. Totally. There's going to be a lot of detractors, more of them than normal. But like Ray Porter, who said today that in a way, if we're getting more hate, that means we're doing something right, because we're getting more attention, and that's going to get more good, but also more hate as well. Speaking of Ray Porter, some of the fans like Nerd Queens and Jeff Purdy was able to meet Ray Porter at San Diego Comic-Con. They had a picture. I can't wait for them to actually show that picture online on Twitter, and so we can all see Ray Porter himself. But I believe he's going to hang around for more things for sure. So can't wait to see him with a lot more of the other fans that show up to San Diego Comic-Con. But that is it. San Diego Comic-Con is out. It's here. It's ready. I may do a live panel on Saturday morning. I probably, not live panel, what the hell? Live chat overlooking about what's happening at the panels at Hall H, even though it's probably going to be like Marvel centric, but hopefully there's some surprises, maybe not, who knows. But I am still interested, and if any trailers drop, I'll probably react to that as well during that time. So not as excited for Saturday like I'm used to. I mean, the energy is not that great because Warner Brothers is not going to be there, and a lot of the properties that I enjoy are from Warner Brothers, and so that's something to remiss. Now, Paramount Pictures did their thing. Nothing about Power Rangers, so but that was a pretty cool, badass Top Gun trailer. I just got to say that. That's a great Top Gun trailer. And just to as like a kind of like a joke, when Tom Cruise tweeted out that Top Gun trailer, I put a picture of him as Hal Jordan. Hopefully he sees it and be that older Hal Jordan. I think he'd really fit in. I'm one of those guys. Yeah, Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan. I'm one of those fans. So in any case, it's San Diego Comic-Con, guys. Project Comic-Con is underway tomorrow. Can't wait to see that banner flying overhead. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.